Well, happy Monday to everybody out there and happy networking as well. As you all know, I made it possible for everybody to talk about themselves right here on the radio. And if you want to get yourself heard on the show, just go ahead and check me out on my website. It's networkingarizona.net. I'm going to go in with my first guest. She's been on with me several times this month, and we just heard your disclaimer. I have with me Jennifer Stupski. She is the owner of Legal Stuff. I love the name of your business. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself, and I want you to kind of tell them why you call it Legal Stuff, because you have a plethora of things that you do. I was going to say one thing when somebody came on and said that they were doing something. I said, she better not be doing that because she does so much. Go ahead.
I'm a certified legal document preparer, so I specialize in estate planning documents. I do probates, trust administrations, real estate listings, VA benefits, whatever you need. It's all under one roof.
And you know what? You also are a fiduciary.
Yes.
And we want to talk about that because that's what makes you super different, besides the fact that you can help them with anything, literally. But tell them about what a fiduciary is.
So I pretty much step in your shoes. When you cannot do something for yourself, you normally elderly people or anybody else, they have a fiduciary if their kids are out of state or if they don't have anyone else. I can step in and handle their financial affairs or any other issues that they have.
I'm really super excited about something that you're doing today for everybody. We're going to open up the lines for everyone to get entered in to win what?
A whole package of estate planning documents.
Wow.
A will, power of attorney, both the durable, the healthcare, and the mental.
Let me tell you something. Everybody listen up, okay? First of all, we're in this really weird time that we're living in right now, and a lot of people are getting sick. A lot of people have your, loved ones that are not here. You're alone. What a great time, to take those out, dust them off. Let's get them done and make sure they're right. I just took out mine because I can't wait to sit down with you and do that, because honestly, it's so important for everybody to do it. But this is a $495 value, free to you or anyone else you know. And if you tell them about it, that's what it's all about. Maybe you're listening to this and you go to your parents. I know it's a weird subject, but it's an important subject. Hey, you know what, have you done this? I heard this, I got you entered into win. I bet you they'd love it for you. This is a $495 value, free to you and anyone else that calls in. You're also, if you're not the winner, you're getting 30% off that she's going to offer for everybody. It's awesome for what she does. You help people value-wide.
Yes.
You are also A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau,
Yes.
and you do a free consultation with people.
Yes.
You absolutely do. Her phone number to call, it is 602-457-2333. You can check her out. It's legalstuffaz.com. Now, I want to go ahead and talk about today, because I know you said that you wanted to kind of break up your conversation a little bit today.
Yes.
What are we talking about first off?
So first off, I'd like to talk about real estate. Just different things regarding probate, different deed issues I'm running into recently, and then the second half we can do VA benefits.
Okay, so I want to talk about that in the beginning, first of all. In terms of real estate, first of all, when should they call you on that? Because as soon as they find the house of their dreams, or when?
Well, I mean, I'm both a real estate agent, but I
Oh, that's right, I forgot. She's also a real estate agent too.
I help you downsize, I help do estate sales, whatever you need. But primarily my biggest thing, I was telling you a story about a couple weeks ago, I went to check on a probate listing, walk into the house, and there's a gentleman drilling out the padlock on the back patio door. And I said, I'm sorry, can I help you?
Wow.
And he says, the new owner's having me change the locks and get access. I said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I said, the owner's deceased. These gentlemen, it's a scam that's going around. They actually drafted a deed, recorded it, because anybody can record anything against this house, and thought that that's what made them owners of this home.
Wow, how scary is that?
Well, it's even harder to get that cloud off now that I'm trying to sell it.
So listen up to what she's saying. Be careful out there, number one.
Be very careful.
And when you talk to somebody, make sure that you're working with somebody that can help you, such as herself, who is a fiduciary. And you can call her direct. That phone number is 602-457-2333, especially for the people that have parents that might be living here. Maybe you have a home here that your mother or father lived in, and now you have to get rid of it. That's where you come in big time. I want to talk about that.
So when someone passes, obviously they have to do the probate, but because I know the whole process and I know the different steps that it takes, it's easier for me to actually go through, downsize, get rid of the estate, do the estate sale, put the home on the market, And I deal with both investors and other people, you know, just average retail buyers, but I'm sure retail buyers would prefer the investor rates. So if they contact me, you're gonna get a deal, whether you're buying or selling, I've got all the contacts.
602-457-2333. Check her out on her website. It's legalstuffaz.com. She's a fiduciary. She also is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and she works valley-wide for everyone. I must say this to everyone, please listen to me very carefully. I know I had a situation when my father passed. I wasn't the one that was taking care of this, but I saw how difficult that part was, especially when there's a home involved and it has to be sold and all the stuff in it that has to be then, you know, dispersed and then obviously gotten rid of too.
Right.
It's such a tedious process, and that's what you do so well.
And sometimes people just think it's easier just to sell it to an investor, to Open Door or any investor you see on a TV commercial. And the reality is, if they were to call me, I get at least 3 to 5 investor estimates or quotes if they want to, you know, put an offer in. Most people just take the first one and assume they know the value of the home. I had a probate where the property on Zillow, because everybody goes to Zillow, Zillow said it was like $225. I sold it for $450.
Her
because
number
they
again?
don't know.
Give her a call, and she'll do a free consultation with you, 602-457-2333. Repeat that. That was unbelievable.
So I had a probate, and because Zillow does just residential, it came in like at $225 on Zillow, but it just so happened that this part of the city, they were starting to buy apartment complex and upgrade because it was so close to walking distance that nobody knew that. But I did my research, I knew the area, and I was able to sell it to an investor for $450.
Unbelievable. That's awesome. 602-457-2333. We've got our lines open here for everyone to get entered in to win, getting that will, durable power of attorney, most important piece of paper
Yes.
practically. Healthcare power of attorney, very important. And mental health care, basically it is a will and everything that goes along with that. And it's a $495 value free to you or anyone you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Call in here. She's valley-wide. She's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. I've got mine ready for her to take a second set of eyes on, and I believe everybody should do that. Things change, especially right now. You guys have gotten through a lot of stuff. Don't think they're all just, taken care of just because you did it 8 years ago. It's
That's
a lot
right.
different right now. And also, laws change, and we're going to talk about that real quickly. Anyone else that doesn't win, you are getting entered. You're just going to get that 30% off. She's giving it to everybody. One winner, and everybody else gets 30% off. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. So important for people to do this. But we are talking about real estate now, so I'm going to switch over for a second real quickly before we go to a break.
Okay.
For your real estate area, what are your final words?
Just check your deeds, because we talked about people not having with right of survivorship or community property clauses, and so I'm having to do a lot of probates on properties that people did back in 10 years ago.
Check your deeds, but better yet, if you don't feel like doing it, she'll do it for you.
Absolutely.
And she does a free consultation. She works valley-wide. She's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. She does things that most people don't because, number one, she can, but number two, she does her research. And I love that about you. I will say one thing I know about you, and if I didn't have talked to you the entire time, the day you walked in this door, you had it all together. And I love that about that.
Thank you.
And that's what makes her special. She's a fiduciary as well. Her phone number is 602-457-2333. It's legalstuffaz.com. Hang tight. We'll be back in just a minute.
Yay. Good job. Good job. Like you've done
That was
this
really
before.
nice. Yeah, see? So that's a 30-minute. That's the difference. But we are still live. And we're going to keep on talking. So I want everybody to, kind of talk about if there's anything else on that real estate part that you might have wanted to get out that you didn't.
So a lot of times people don't realize they have options. You know, when your parents pass away or somebody passes away, you don't have to wait for an investor. If you call me, we look at the options. Is it better? Do you make more money with an investor? I have actually gone to the point where I've upfronted people money to upgrade their homes in order to get more money out of it. Or I've partnered with them. So it's like whatever gets them the most. I'm
Wow,
about
that's
helping
awesome.
them.
Yeah, it is all about that. People that are listening to, when they don't live here, and we do have a lot of investors that do listen to the station just because of the kind of station it is. It doesn't matter right now whether they're here or not. You can, because of you have so much at your fingertips now.
Well,
as it
and
was
they
like
know,
what-
if they know me, they know that if they wanna be part of my pool of investors, to be part of that first in, to get a shot at some of these probate listings, they just know my contact, and they send me, and I'll send them, the
Pictures.
information.
Is that how it works basically now, off of
Yes.
pictures?
Yeah.
And there's so much that you can do today. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
What else do you do for people in the real estate transactions that someone might want you for?
So like a standard real estate, obviously if I normally do friends, I don't do a lot of marketing, so unless you hear me on the radio, I will do anything. I'm more of a seller side, not a buyer side.
Okay.
I work primarily with selling, getting the home upgraded, staging it, whatever it takes, giving you actual realistic comps to what it's gonna take. I've got a lot of appraisal, continuing education underneath me, so I know where the appraisers are gonna come in and I know what works.
And that's what it's all about, getting it to work.
Yeah, it's
right?
not about the highest price, because ultimately you end up having to lower it because the appraisal doesn't come in and you have to lower it back to where you would have been before.
What is the market like right now?
Hot. It is hot. Things are going so fast. I just had that one probate listing. I put it on, and within 24 hours I had 8 contracts.
I would think that because we live here in Arizona, and it just is what it is. It's a blue, people that are blue haired, they live here, and a lot of people pass away.
Yeah.
A lot of people live here, and their children don't live here, and so you must come up with how they come around your desk a lot.
I'm getting, in the last probably 9 months, I mean, my home was almost like a used car lot because there's so many vehicles, there's all these estate sales, there's all these homes and things, and you couldn't liquidate them during COVID-19 like you can now, but everyone's trying to buy and sell before November.
Right, we
Because
wanna
no one
get
knows
these
what's
things
gonna
done,
happen.
and that's gonna be a great time to come on, because this is a news talk radio show. And so it's big time news right now, every day, but even then, wow. So welcome back. We're live on Facebook again. I don't think I said that the first time, but we are live. We have been live, and we are talking with Jennifer Stupski. We're going to be sharing the show a little bit later after the show. She's the owner of Legal Stuff, because she does take care. That's what I said on your Facebook the first time. I think it was, I kept it there because I liked it. I said, why did she call her business Legal Stuff, and why?
Because it's all legal stuff.
And that's all she does. But she does a lot of different areas. I mean, and more so. Before we go on to what we want to talk, I do want you to mention what you said about how you, with our investors that listen and all of that, how someone, that is out of state can work with you, and why they would want to.
So when you want to sell your home, whether it's because someone passed away or whatever, with me you have options. I'm not just a list and sell agent. I am the one that gets you the most no matter what. If you need money to upgrade so we can get a better price, I put the money in. If we need a partner, if we need to deal with investors because there's a hoarding situation, there's lots of options with me.
602-457-2333. It's legalstuffaz.com. She's a fiduciary. She also is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. She does free consultations with everyone, and she's valley-wide. We've got our lines open here. She also does estate planning, and right now, because it's so important for everybody to have their estate plans done and put in order, she's offering for everyone to get entered in to win one. It includes the will, the durable power of attorney, healthcare power of attorney, and mental health power of attorney. It's a $495 value, free to you or anyone that you know. You can keep on calling throughout the rest of the show for it. Also, anyone that doesn't win is getting 30% off. So she's just willing to work with anyone any way she can, and that's the way you are with everything, because if you do one thing, that's the way you do most things,
That's right.
and that's the way it is. Now, for this segment, you said that you wanted to talk a little bit about VA claims and all that kind of stuff, because you specialize in that too.
Well, and it took me 2 years to get this claim certification, and I primarily specialize in veteran pension claims. So veterans that are over 65, first off, thank you for your service. But it's for veterans over 65, and there's an income ratio. You can't have more than $129,000 in net assets. But if you reach these parameters, you could get over, $2,200 for a married veteran a month.
Wow. What I have to say is also, yes, thank you to all our veterans out there that have helped and been into the service that you do for everyone. Here's the thing, is that sometimes you don't know what you don't know. I think that comes a lot, especially when it comes to VA benefits. They don't really understand it all, right? Or
Well,
they
the
don't go
assisted
back and
living homes are really getting tied onto it, because the bottom line is you can't qualify for Medicaid unless, if you're a veteran, unless you try to get the VA benefits. So, you know, they force you to try to get the VA benefit, pension benefit first, and then if you don't get it, then you can get Medicaid. So it's this process that's really been evolving over the last few years.
So basically, it's what?
It's extra income. So and you have to have assistance with, you know, your daily living activities, at least 3 of them, in order to qualify. So most of the time, it's veterans that are in assisted living or need in-home care, that they can get this extra income to help pay for it.
Now again, this is something too that I love my show so much. I can't believe how much I love my show. Why?
We love your show too.
Thank you. But why? It's because it's information. So somebody's listening to this. You might know somebody in that situation. Call them, tell them about it. That's what networking is all about. And so you can give her a number to them at 602-457-2333. She'll do a free consultation.
Yes.
And she's A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. She's someone that you want to talk to valley-wide. Again, that number is 602-457-2333. Okay, so do all veterans then, if they don't, they have to have what? Everything but what they need.
So they have to be honorably discharged. They have to be 65 or older. They have to serve at least 90 days during a wartime period. Not necessarily like Vietnam, that's like a really gray area. But Vietnam, there's one section that you have to be on, you know, in Vietnam, the other one's here. There's different parameters. But for the most part, a lot of them actually didn't realize they could get these extra benefits.
How do they know whether they, what was the first thing that they should do? Then obviously pull out their paperwork, out their documents,
They need their discharge papers.
and they need to read that.
Yep.
And what happens if they don't know? Can they just call you and talk to you?
Absolutely. They can call me. They can Google VA pension benefits. You know, it varies. Sometimes I recommend that they get in the system before they need help, like at assisted living. You can get the pension benefits just on an income level, because your income is a factor. So as long as if you're only getting Social Security, oh my gosh, you've earned these benefits. Collect them.
You have, and there's unfortunately, I don't know why this is the case, but I know that people don't know everything that they think, that they don't get. I think all of that was signed a long, long time ago, and you might have even been explained it. By now, you don't even remember, or you don't even understand it. Is that correct?
Well, that and their pride. You know, the older veterans, they did it for their country. They did it with that sense of pride.
It doesn't matter.
I
don't
know.
care whether you did it for them or not.
But
You
they
did it
don't
for
want to
us.
take the benefits. They don't want to, they just don't want to, they feel like they're not entitled to them. They did it because it was their honor.
And it is your honor, but you are also entitled.
Absolutely.
Just like everybody else is
Yes.
entitled.
Yep.
And so the best thing to do is to call her, have that consultation. The number is 602-457-2333. All of this information is on your website, correct?
Yes, but here's the kicker. So, you know, with the VA just in the last year came up with this whole 3-year look back. Medicaid is a 5-year look back. So if your assets are over the 129, now's the time to start planning your estate planning, your financial planning, to ensure that when you do need these pension benefits, that you're under that income level and that you'll qualify.
So that's anyone that's under 65, correct?
Yeah, or even over. I mean, so a lot of times 65, we're nice and healthy and we can still do stuff, but it's not till you get your 70s or 80s. So when you're at that level, just start monitoring your income, get your estate planning, your financial planning in order, so
Give
you
her a
do
call,
qualify.
so she can help you make sure that those are all in order.
Yeah.
You don't have to have it already done and have her have a second opinion, but if you haven't done it, how important, especially for them, that they need to do it.
Oh my gosh, it's so important with the cost of assisted living. I mean, Medicaid parameters, everything. Think about it now.
You know,
Don't wait till it's too late.
And my dad was a vet, and he too, I remember, he thought everything was in order. And then when things came down to where he might need somebody in the house to help, oh my God, he didn't realize that he didn't have enough for this or that or whatever.
Right.
And I think that is the worst part, is that people wait.
That's
Would
right.
you agree?
Absolutely. And there's a lot of those, what I call orphan seniors, and a lot of them are veterans that don't have anyone else. They have the pride. They don't want to, worry about who's going to bury you, what's going to happen to anything. So, or they don't have the money because all they're getting is Social Security. I'm like, call me. I will make sure you get that honorable burial. You'll get whatever you need.
602-457-2333. We've got our lines open here, and everyone's getting entered in to win. It's a will, it's an estate plan, a free entire estate plan. If you're a veteran right now and you don't have one, give her a call,
Call me.
please. Or call in here and get entered into win, whether it's you or someone that you know. It's a $495 value free to you or anyone you know. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. If you're not the winner, she's going to give everybody else 30% off right off the bat. So
That's
we're going
right.
to do that too. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. You get to call throughout the rest of the show for it. What else should we talk about with veterans?
Well, I mean, the whole veteran, there's such a big gamut of different benefits that they're entitled to, but the reality is I only specialize in the pension ones.
Okay,
you know,
so what else now? Let's go back to, let's talk about the estate plan.
Okay.
Okay? Why should someone needs an entire plan when they think, let's say they say, I don't have anything. I know my ex says that, and if you're listening, listen up, because I just talked to him about this the other day about you. Honestly, anybody out there, if you think you don't have enough, it's not about that. Let's talk about that, because it's so important for them to have certain papers and certain documents that are done right. Go ahead.
Especially if there's blended families. If there's been more than one marriage and there's kids in different marriages, that's where the issues come up. So make sure you have something in place. And it's not even the will that's the most important, it's the durable power of attorneys in the healthcare, because we're living longer. But we're not living in a state of where we can make decisions for ourselves, and that's what's important.
Well, everyone's getting entered in to win a free estate plan. That's a $495 value free to you or anyone you know. How wonderful I felt when I did one, and I did it a long time ago. That's why I said I got to get it out, dust it off, have you take a look at it, because you know things change. You might want somebody out of the will now, you know.
That's
Yeah,
true.
or something might be happening that your medications have changed. Just things have happened. What in would you say for this year might have changed, especially with COVID, so much with this?
Oh, the calls are off the hook, because now people are really thinking about those things, because
Right.
it could happen. It could happen tomorrow, it could happen in 2 weeks. We
And
just
do
don't
it
know.
right. A document isn't a document until it's done right.
That's right.
That is so right. Now, you can call her direct. She'll do free consultation for you. She's a fiduciary. She's also A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau and Morris Valley wide. 602-457-2333. Call in here. Get entered in to win. 602-277-5369.
Thank you, Carol.